It's over for me. I have lo-fi music. Man. Oh. Hmm. Hello, and how are you doing? Hey, Elma. It's over for me. I have lo-fi music. We're done. I'm that uninspired. I'm very sleepy and very cold and okay, generally. How is the White Daniel update? Huh. Welcome, Andy. I was gonna say welcome, Danny. Oh my god. Maybe I should give a disclaimer that really not really, but I feel like exhausted or tired. So I don't know how this stream's gonna go in terms of language. And greetings and reactions. You want to squash white between your palms. Well, this update is what made me, because the update when I wrote it was fine. Daniel and White sitting in a playground talking. But once I started storyboarding it, um, White decided like, no, mom, I'm flying. Did I did I say White's called me mom? I think no, he wouldn't ever use the word mom anyway. So he said, no, fam, I wanna fly. So designing these pages kind of took a toll on me, and they broke my back. So I ended up breaking his back in the end when Daniel asked the question. He crashed, and I broke his back. I found the update in my bones. I love this boy. I'm very happy to hear that. The sound repeats itself as if it were an echo. Oh, really? Just a sec. How about now? Oh, you went out and the sound is good. Okay. Can you hear the music faintly? Because I didn't. I have it on the speakers. No. Also, Daniel emotions. Very, very fun. You know, did you notice here? I don't know. While I was writing, no, not while I was writing. While I was checking the update before, uh, I think earlier today or last night, I was just going over everything like before uploading it to the website, and I was reading this, and it felt like, my God, it's White's pattern of speech in a way. I am free creator. I have no bound. Yeah. Hey, silly. Best of luck on your work. Let me put. Hi, Psycho. You have snow outside. Enjoy the snow, I guess. And thanks for the heads up. Oh, sorry to hear that. I hope you hear this. That I'm sorry. Ah, here is the thing, White. You and my sister. It's a thing that Daniel refers to his sister as his sister, not you and your mother. I enjoyed the snow yesterday, and now I'm. Oh my God, totally worth it, 100%. But I hope you get well soon. You talking about them all as a family is new for me. Yeah, it's new in general. Uh, his tone of speech changed from back in chapter 39 and chapter 40 when he was just the other side of the argument. And it's funny how he just say, I'm critical of this action both as a therapist and you're a part of your family. Like, you would think it's easier to say I'm critical of this action both as your therapist and your uncle. White showed pretty clearly that he doesn't want her called that. Yeah, it's very exactly that. Hey, Sleepy. Long time no see. Yes. And I'm glad that you stuck to the sleepyhead because so that I can recognize you. Sorry to hear that, Elma. I hope you feel better soon, too. Don't worry, words are awful. Loved the conclusion on Discord by Manar about like, oh, so I gotta talk. Oh my god, I gotta use words. Oh, my words are awful. I'm quitting words. And Daniel, I'm just giving comments on each panel. Daniel giving the not wasting a chance. Hemming. Hemming. How do you as a verb? Hemming. Humming. Isn't humming exclusively for humming tunes and songs? Sometimes a family is a little boy, his wordful father, his pirate uncle therapist, and his self-assigned brother. Oh my god, what a family, man. What a family. He really needs females in his life first. Second, oh my god, what a way to sum up his whole existence. A fake fiance at some point. All the size. Daniel is just sigh after sigh. A verb may close steady continuous sound like that of a bee. The computer hummed. I see. I didn't know that. Thank you. What do I want to do? Rasterize. Copy, paste. Is this the same park where Kid White used to play and wait for Jad in the clipping? Not sure. I don't know. No, I don't think because Daniel's house is a bit away from where White and Black played, and in that clipping, Violet did pass by the park and picked up Black. So yeah, I don't think no. It's one of these rare times when I really don't, because usually I really understand the whole setting. So when you ask such questions, I always have definitive answers. But other than this is one of two playgrounds because White did say, let's go to the nearby park because there are two. Other than that, I don't have that much. And this one is very close to Daniel's house. Talking and letting things out make me feel lighter, so light that I don't feel gravity anymore is my favorite quote in this chapter so far. Um, this is I mentioned a few streams ago that like leave it to White to take such a positive sounding word and making it the most negative or the opposite of it. And in a way, it's what he was doing now. Like when you feel, when I talk, I feel lighter. You instantly think of good things, like it's a good feeling. But what we're seeing here is kind of more dangerous than he feels burdened by the fact more than like he's relieved by it. The word lighter repeated like 3 times, and I was spacing out a little because I'm sick. So my mind thought about gaslighters. I thought we'd get some insight on White and his literacy. I love this. He's lit alright. Oh my god, I love this. Yeah, their houses are not close now. Hey, Shadon, welcome. Hey, Blue. This update is exactly what you wanted on terms of. Very interested. I love hearing your thoughts. When I talk, I feel like a lighter, as if I add fuel to the fire with my words. Yeah. Did you see Daniel coming in front of this, giving me false information, actual lying? I don't get behind that, so his whole panel is in front of it. This is me just enjoying paneling. Daniel talks like Ia and White are the same to him. What? My god. Controversial. Bold. That meme. What makes you say something so bold and controversial or something like that? I don't remember. In terms of their talk, things getting adjusted verbally. I know, right? Finally. Finally, White is talking. Finally. And we continuously gonna be impressed by White talking with Black, but it's a genuine progression when he's talking honestly to Daniel. That's a milestone. He doesn't get behind that, so he carries the panel border and put it in front. I just realized the comic formatting is literal word. I love stuff like that. I remember that my passion for English increased and I learned it in order to read your manga, and now I have. Really? My god. I hope you're getting a lot of benefit from it outside of reading Grey is. It just seems almost like if you confront White, he will talk. If you corner him, push him towards a corner, he does talk. Hey, Aishu. fire extinguisher is what is needed for white centered scenes. It needs a lot of things. This boy is very dangerous. Good thing that he chose the stale life for most of the story. Deer in the headlight, white in them. Uh, did we discuss this, or I stopped checking the Discord? Did anybody mention this sequence? Enjoy being here, listen to you while playing. What are you playing? It's just funny if you think about it. No? It's like this is like the abridged version of this talk. Actual lying, I don't get behind that. I'm critical of this. So you're talking about in his head he means which lie did you? I'm not gonna reveal all my cards. So which card are you referring to exactly? Which lie? White is entertaining sometimes. Genshin Impact. Okay. Enjoy your game. Other than that, are there people who help you with some of the editing or coloring process? No. I do it myself. He does seem like a kid, but yeah, that's exactly no, that's not what I thought about. It's just like when somebody tells you, as a person, I personally don't lie outside of if I needed to lie to protect solely my mother, for example. Like if there's something that is gonna affect her that doesn't need any action or whatever, or can be like postponed for later. That's the only way I would lie. Other than that, I don't lie. So if I lied and somebody comes to me and asks me like I didn't expect you to lie, I would know exactly what they mean, which lie they're referring to, because it would be something that I do it out. But like when somebody comes and tell you like I'm not impressed with your lying, you don't ask them like what are you talking about exactly. Hey Naru. Again, White entertains me with these things. He tries so hard. you talked about this on the Discord. How much he tries to be an adult and all that, but it's like he's just a kid, really. Look at White giving him the evil eye. Emo threatening look he gives with denim jacket and all. I'm good, how are you? Oh, thank you. I am busy with all these things, so that's what keeping me busy. The one thing that I don't do, and I would go back in time and get into an English major. Had I known, I would go down this route. Just do the proofreading myself. That's the only job that I hire for the proofreading. Other than that, I was thinking of recording. I was talking about it to a friend of mine yesterday that I was thinking because for the anniversary to record a video, just talking about the entirety of my journey, on terms of not feelings or lessons or whatever. It's just like where I started, websites, my website, services I used, things that happen, all the progression. Because I do a lot of things, and sometimes even family members don't really know the amount of work it takes to run this whole thing. Websites, updates, hosting, printing, stuff like that. But yeah, the one thing I don't like is setting up a camera and taking footage. That's the only thing that is keeping it up in the air, not really confirmed. He'd probably be really good at giving the mom look required for being close with Black 100%, man. Hey, Fitbit Duck. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Things have changed a lot since I started Grey is in 2010. Changed too much. Kind of like people who used to use home lines and then got introduced to mobile phones and now smartphones. People who lived through this. Kind of similar like this. The internet changed drastically. Also, White is a kid throughout this update with this poster, this teenage poster of I'm not sitting on the swing. I'm playing with it with my leg or foot or something. My major is English. I think it's time to get my dream job with you. Yeah, I currently don't have a proofreader. Once I decide to print the book, I don't know what I'll do, but we'll see. It is a hassle. We're done with page number 1. Don't save. Yes, don't save. Did we put all the text? We did all. Okay, I'm critical of this. I think this needs. I think I didn't realize that there might be more than one lie because I assumed this is silence of don't make me say it. Oh, that's a cool way of reading it. Once we hit a certain age, we're only allowed to touch swing with the tragic part of growing up. You think? Hey, Genesis. Welcome to the stream. Page 2. Oh my god, dude. These pages are gonna drive me crazy. Oof, formatting them. Typesetting manga. I'm reformatting from page to page. Because this is how I work. And I'm making it a vertical scroll format for webtoon update. If you do decide to make the video, we're eager to say thank you. I'll keep it in mind. So White is going to make the story uncomfortable the more he opens up because all I see for him is teeth, body parts in general, stripped off skin and all the pretty things in a body. Or insects. That's the other problem that I keep running into with him. Thanks a lot for stopping by, Sleepy. Have a good time at work. You saw me at MEFCC before. I recognized your art and thought it was. Thank you. Man, been a long while since I went to Middle East Comic Con. Look at him. Actual apologizing. And fire. And fire. Yeah. Fire, insects, and teeth for now. Long are the days when he was so poetic with lighthouses and moon and planets. That's literally one of my projects in school. I drew a mini comic of a body decomposing and eaten by bugs. I loved it. You love? Oh, okay. At least I can think of someone who would enjoy it. It wouldn't be that graphic. So, double shot coffee for Daniel. And it's in French that he's the therapist. White is very adorable in subtle ways. Thanks for coming, silly. The sweat drop, yeah. Sweat drops are usually used comically, but with White, he's just. I'm a typesetter webtoon and I burnt out and I see you working now. I have driven. Hey, that's awesome. I mean, it's impressive that you work as a typesetter. It's very impressive because it's such a tiring work, to be honest. Nope. Copy and paste. So remember back in chapter in between in volume 5, Daniel was all like, I had one chance to ask a question. It was one of these days when this patient didn't come to talk, and he. Why did I put squeaky? I'm not thinking, honestly. He stole a chance to ask one question, and then we have this chapter, question after question after question. We can call that also character development. Yes, I'm not sure. I looked it up, but it's the therapist in French. Not beating the allegations that White knows French. Is there any anime in the 90s you liked watching? I've been seeing crazy restoration videos from fans where they made Dragon Ball Z look like it was released yesterday. But why would they do that? I remember a lot of anime from the 90s. I mean, I watched the original Hunter x Hunter. I watched. No, I'm not sure if it's the 90s or the early 2000s, but I can name a bunch of stuff I watched from the 90s. It was the prime time for me to watch anime anyway. I wanted this quick. Forgot. You know what? I don't need it. White and sweat drops are something else, yeah? Interrogation. You found an opening and he took it. White said he's sorry. What just happened? Oh, you're not up to date, huh? You're still rereading, right? I watched Dragon Balls. Yeah, of course, Trunks is my biggest crush back in the day. Because Toei and Funimation never had a home release that was good in all aspects. It was always one huge flow, like an orange tint, voices muffled. Yeah, I can imagine that. Coffee takes forever to make. I swear I'm close on buying this Starbucks. You should enjoy the process. It is dope. It has such a cool entrance as well. I was thinking of Gundam Seed the other day. What other shows I watched? How am I gonna do this vertical format? Uh, mm, notebook. Okay, let's take this out. Funny enough, last year a clean audio of the original Dragon Ball was discovered after 38 years. Yeah, I think audio needs to be enhanced for future releases. The spirals are really interesting. Boy and his spirals. There's an anime that has gotten my attention on watching and reading. Windbreaker. Every panel of white. Okay, wait. Windbreaker. Windbreaker. I mean, I want to check it out. I am interested. I heard a lot about it. I googled it and landed on a webtoon, but then realized that there's a webtoon that shares the same name. But yeah, Windbreaker is one of these anime that I'd love to just check because, see, we have people fighting and we have a main character that has half white hair and half black hair, and everything looks really cool. So there is interest, definitely. Every panel of white spiraling always gives me a lot of food for thought. That's interesting. I love hearing that because I personally usually understand exactly the visual I'm picking for someone. But here, I kind of had to think more about it. Like, I saw the visual fitting before and I understand why it fits, kind of deal. Okay, let's merge this and see how can we do it here. Yeah, I'd love to read it. Man, we should be proud of White. He's just putting everything into words here. You wouldn't think he would tell Daniel that. And also, it's very, I think, endearing to see him caring so much about how Daniel perceive him or how Daniel sees him. Where is the notebook? Ugh. Windbreaker's art style is dope. Yeah, from what I've seen, it's very eye-catchy. I'm interested. To me, it reminds of that lightheartedness that can come with anxiety and trying to be, but also not losing to it. That's a cool reading. Whitehead, you spin me right round, baby, right. He keeps going in circles, yeah. Good luck with all the deadlines. Oh my god, I didn't think of it this way. It's bad when you start wondering whether you look weak even in front of your therapist. I mean, I honestly was impressed while writing that we've reached this. He actually stated it out loud. Because he probably did think about it before, how people see him and how he acts, especially people who know more than surface level with what's happening with Black and his memory and stuff. Oh my god, this panel, this panel. Still amazed and shocked that he cared that Daniel was angry. Yeah, he's moving. Boy is moving. How am I gonna? Oh my god. Let's see. So this. I'll just have to split it. Let me take the text. This text, this text. Okay. Why did you lie about the accident? We have almost 70 chapters of White just being around people. Those people are saying things that are wrong, and he has the correct information, and he just doesn't challenge there or doesn't fix correct or whatever. It's nice to see him finally, outside of just the idea that he's actually opening up. It's also cool to see that. Okay, I have a correct information here. Let me correct your worldview. Thanks for coming, Ilma, for reading, even though you have all these college deadlines, and I wish you all the best. Now this page. Ugh. I've noticed something is white clenching at his stomach. I mean, it's a bit early for a stomach ache, don't you think? Not when you wake up remembering your childhood trauma and realizing your therapist is angry and you're talking about stuff that you don't want to talk about. Good luck reformatting. I know, right? Thank you. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. Let's try to first. Thank you, Anne. My heart is more broken. Sorry. Yeah, he's not having it easy. This book is a lot of things. This book is a lot of things for him. He's dealing with too much. Daniel is probably really surprised or still taken aback at times with how little White, how do I put it? Like he probably thought, did you really think if Black wasn't in an accident and you came back to see him alone, I would think something bad or less of you or be critical of that action? Stress relief vitamin. He needs stress relief. He needs relief. Any kind. No, wait, let me fix it. Of course, this pose took a bit of time to achieve. He needs black right now? Ah, we're getting there. We're getting there. uh, it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna work in this format. You need black right now? That boy is dealing with other things. Ugh. Let's see. First, let's merge the art. I noticed that White also started holding his wounded hand whenever he started talking about himself or Black, as if it helped him remember what caused the wound. That's a cool reading. In general, throughout this book, he's constantly stretching his knuckles and fingers, stretching his fingers and massaging his knuckles because of like physical therapy and stuff. But yeah, that's a very cool reading. Honestly, drawing him talking while he's doing something with his hands unlocked something that I loved while reading Ping Pong, the manga. I loved the hands in that manga. I loved how expressive the hands are while people are conversating, and I kind of remembered that while drawing White in this scene. So you're probably gonna see more of it, just out of how it looks, more than any deep meaning behind it. Probably there will be some panels where I intentionally for some reason put it, but yeah, in general, I'd love to have that skill of just drawing natural hand movement in dialogue and conversations. Black is there in this panel in spirit because probably somewhere in the park there is a 6 series magazine laying on the ground with Black's face smiling. I mean, you did say they're gonna be hiding somewhere, Jad and Black, right? If I remember correctly, it was you, right? Let's see the text now. Let me think about it. The bushes making bird sounds. Oh, there's higher too. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely not working in this format, but I mean, there's nothing I can do. I'm happy about the update that I was able to do for the website where you can read the manga pages all in one vertical scroll stacked. And I hope people on Webtoon would just read it on the website. That way they can see the original page design, but also be able to read it on smartphones. So this, let me see if I can find the original sketch for this one, the original design for this panel. Even though it's really tough, but good enough. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. It was very easy to read chapter 60 today. And really, thank you for reading it using the new pages. Honestly, I felt just a sense of relief because I'm always afraid that one day WordPress, because I use WordPress is going to have this huge update that wouldn't allow the current system that I'm using because it's very old, it's not updating, and the developer that made the plugin that I use now to update by pages just gave up on the whole thing. And there is no modern plugin for webcomics. It's just I was just thinking about it today. It's very strange to not have anybody developing a proper plugin for WordPress users for webcomics. But yeah, I feel a sense of relief. Like if worst get to worst, and let's just the plugin I use die, at least I have a backup plan. Even though it's not perfect, it's not what I want, and I will have to look into or hire a developer to. Like I was just thinking today of like looking up the original developer for manga decks, contact them and ask them if they can make a website for me or develop something for me and other webcomickers. Like I'm willing to just if it's reasonable to pay him or pay them. I mean to develop something similar to manga decks would be really cool, where you can read single page or double page or stacked. But yeah, the original page in this, I don't remember if I still have. There were teeth. There they are. There were teeth. And the spiral was going inside the mouth. It was very. Um, I dropped the idea in the end because the whole page is unconventional and already stuffed with so many things. So I just went with the easiest look. That's just a spiral. Spiral. Why can't I speak? Mm. Hey, chaotic. Welcome to the stream. Also, I like the spiral shape more. It gives a sense of voice overthinking in a never-ending spiral. Yeah, the whole idea of drawing the teeth with the spiral inside the teeth is relating to his stomach ache in a way. But yeah, eventually, sometimes you have an idea, but when you put everything on paper, you realize no, less is more. Okay, not bad. At least we managed to finish the difficult page. Here is the moment I broke his back by making his floating self crash on top of his real self's back, real self's back. It was really, really exhausting to figure out these pages. So how genuine is he here, you think? No, I'm not gonna connect it. I have a tendency, a fault tendency to try to connect all the panels together, which throws off the pacing. You're excited to catch up and I can't wait. How far behind are you? It looks genuine to me. Yeah, it is a genuine smile. Who would believe that confident Wyatt could speak with such hesitation? I love the speech. Yeah. Because he's a fraud. His confidence is fake. That's why I feel like he's taking big steps. And it's all began when he realized that he's stupid, kind of. Uh, he himself, I think, and a lot of people that could pass by this scene wouldn't be able to see, him included, wouldn't be able to see how big what he's doing is. Honestly, to speak out loud with such hesitation and referring to himself with spineless and weak. I don't believe he's genuine. Really? I thought you German suplex them to break his freedom. Ugh. He looks genuine, but his words aren't. It's mostly a read thing. I've read the whole thing, but have chronic memory loss. Well, lucky for us all, Black is the main character. Is one of the main characters. White's nose is growing longer. Like what? Interesting. Very interesting. No, not here. Where is this? I think he believes himself when he says this. You mean to say he didn't think about it deeply enough? That's very interesting coming from you. Like, do you really think he thinks less of himself for for some things he did for Black? He says things that you can't tell if he's lying or he actually believes on what he's actually saying. Oh my god. I feel with White it's like you take one step ahead, 9 steps back. It feels like. White feels like he needs to control of a lot of things. Even when he can't control it, which also wraps his... Yeah, he definitely has control issues. And it's definitely gonna be tackled very soon. Not very soon in this chapter, but it's gonna be tackled. I mean, I think Black is the one thing in his life that makes most sense. He could be overly cautious about the way he treats Black without noticing. Definitely, but like when you put it in the context here, he was saying that he was really addressing Daniel with, I wonder if you think that I'm weak and spineless for everything that I do for Black. And Daniel comes back with this, is this your opinion? Is this how you see yourself? Do you see yourself weak and spineless and you're trying to put it on me? Because Daniel is thinking more like a therapist, for sure. Like, if you have this idea, is it coming from something that you are feeling towards yourself and just throwing it at someone else? Or is it really what you're getting from this someone else, regardless if it's Daniel or it's looking weak or spineless. Because he does right here other people's beliefs versus his. He's trying to understand how strong is his beliefs. I think why subconsciously infantilizes black at times. Let me make sure I know what that word means. Infantil. Oh my god, I hate when this happens. I look up infantilize and to make or keep infantile. Okay. To treat as if okay. Relating to infants. I thought so, but suitable. Okay. He definitely subconsciously does that. Yeah. Now that I know the word, I can confirm. But does he really look down on anything he did for black? Does he really, if he thinks about it deeply, would he find that he feels weak for, let's put it this way, the worst way to phrase it? Does he see himself as weak and spineless because of the way he ran behind black? Thanks a lot for coming, Blue. Have a great rest of your day and rest of your week. Don't worry. Thanks for coming. To treat someone as if they are a child. Yeah. I guess as I usually say, I sometimes write. Oftentimes, I write stories to understand things. It's not that I have understanding for everything that I'm exploring through writing stories. Um, so I think I am often wondering if you have an idea. If I feel like, for example, I feel like someone sees me in a certain way, is it possible that this view that I feel from this person doesn't have anything at all with how I see myself? Like, is everything that you feel from other people is because of something that you're already noticing on yourself consciously or unconsciously, and you're just picking signals to affirm or deny this? Or could you really, because I do feel like I do feel there are certain things I get from others that I definitely don't believe about myself. You know? Return before the end. Hey, welcome back. My honest answer, although it breaks my heart, yes, probably subconsciously. Cool. I love to hear all opinions in regards to these things. Like, for example, I always say I have this person in my life that I feel hates me. And what bugs me about this hate, not that they hate me, because I'm a very comfortable with the idea of someone hating me. It's easier for me to stomach, to swallow the idea of someone hating me more than someone liking me, to be honest. But what bugs me about this hate is they're hating me for the wrong reasons. Like they're seeing something in me that it's not in me. And I hate it. Like, hate me for 1, 2, 3. I have those. I have valid reasons for you to hate me. Don't hate me for things that aren't related, you know? It's not that much similar to this, but this is the thing. Like, the way someone views you, the annoying way, like when someone views you in a way that is annoying to you, that is hurtful to you, doesn't necessarily mean it's because it's hitting home or like poking at a part of you that believes that you are this person. Because this is a trope that is always in a lot of series, in a lot of stories. It's always when someone attacks you with something and you get angry, a character gets angry for being attacked with an accusation. They usually, because like, oh, when they look deep down, they realize, oh yeah, I hated it because it's me or something like that. But there are realistic instances when you're just hating a misinterpretation of yourself or misunderstanding because it's really, 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 really not true. I have chronic anxiety surrounding hate. You're not comfortable with learning that someone hates you, you mean? I think I'm starting to have that. For a long time, self-esteem wasn't in my vocabulary because I didn't really exist in my eyes. And my idea of self was skewed. But since working on it, I've found that I see those little ways in which people view me and how it differs from how I see myself. Yeah. Yeah, I want to hear it. Give me a good example. They hate you because you are not the fantasy that they picture you to be. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. That happens a lot for me. That happened a lot with me on when it comes to friendships I developed through my art. People always have this idea of me. Thank you for I need the poster check. Yeah, people do have this idea of me because of what I write and what I talk about. And the closer they get, the more they realize that. I mean, we all know Hayao Miyazaki. There's no way I'm comparing myself to Hayao Miyazaki, but on terms of in an abstract, when you think of Hayao Miyazaki, the work he creates and the person that he is can't be more different. Doesn't make the work fake and doesn't make the person also fake. And yeah, that happened. I feel it when just you don't match the fantasy of someone of you. Pretty much the idea of somebody hating me is like a world ending scenario, I suppose. I don't even want to care. My body and mind reacts without. Oof. That's That's ouch, to be honest. That's reacts without me wanting it. I think it's a healthy emotion if you can control it. And control comes with age better, I guess. Rational, healthy control, I mean. Like I always called myself annoying because I've been called that many times. It didn't make me feel in any particular way because it was just cause and effect. Over time, I found that this isn't a word I define myself as, even if I can get annoying because of nature differences in just people. I'd say I'm hyper nervous, distracted, but I don't often overstep unknowingly. Yeah, I see. I see how people can interpret these as annoying, and it's good to try to understand, especially when you're faced with criticism or hate or negative emotions in general. Try to understand after the shock of feeling it dies down. It's good to try to look into the validity of it. My sister told me that her friend is mad at her for what I've said, and that is I compared my sister to a video game character who's angry all the time because they view my sister as a cool person but never see her as an angry person. Mm. Yeah. Mad at her for what? So your sister's friend is mad at her for what you've said. Mm. I think they have a limited view. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge with this very general example, but generally, I think, especially with like how friends see someone and how their family sees them, it's two different views. The older I've gotten, the worse I've gotten. It's a PTSD thing. Sorry to hear that. But I'm glad that you're in therapy and I hope you will get better. For sure. Don't give up. Yes, and they were going on bad that my sister tried to tell them that she's an angry person. That's complicated. It's difficult to navigate these situations. I feel like it must be hard for your sister out of the three. But it also depends on how much she's getting into it. Daniel needs his time off. He needs to stay in silence for his first patient. I mean, when you think about it, he's just when your whole work is just sitting and talking to people, conversating with people, different issues, different. They both do need a break. The scene didn't end, by the way. See, the original. Oh yeah, you know, the original page doesn't have the listen. I added it in the last panel in today's update, so people wouldn't think the scene is finished. Because it would paint Daniel in the worst light possible. Like he took his notes. He's like, I have to go home, and let's go home, and they just walk. Oh wait. For a second there, I got scared that it's showing the next page. No, it's not. It does sound really. It does look bad. If that just ended it like here. I will show a panel like that without text, just one panel from next. Thank you. Here's your teaser for next week. We'll have to wait and see to find out his emotions. It's wild that it takes me 2 hours to reformat. Again and again, thank you for being here every week when I reformat these because it's such a daunting task. I'll probably stream tomorrow to try and progress in the birthday clipping. The look doesn't match the cuteness of holding the hair. The text does. I'll tell you that. So yeah, I'll probably, if I finished everything that I have to finish tomorrow early, I will stream coloring this. Oh. So yeah. I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks a lot for being here. And catch you around on Twitter or Discord. See y'all.